Well, the budget proposal for fiscal year 2026 is here, and with a $2.7 billion deficit to close, Governor Wes Moore and his administration had their work cut out for them. We go to Mariah Jalad for all the details. Mariah?
Yes, Michaela. In the lead up to this budget proposal, we've been hearing a lot about potential cuts and tax increases. But today, Governor Moore turned the focus of this plan towards growth. So while taxes will increase for less than a quarter of Marylanders, that revenue will go towards investing in the state's future and narrowly avoiding the worst fiscal situation in Maryland in 20 years. It's a crisis Governor Moore did not create, but inherited from the previous administration, he was quick to emphasize. And now facing what he called dual storms of the budget gap and the incoming federal administration, Moore says the path through is a path to growth.
Build an economy that grows the middle class and gives everyone a pathway to work, wages, and wealth. And the four pillars that we have used as our guideposts and our priorities at the center of this mission are: first, grow the economy; second, strengthen the labor force; third, modernize government; and fourth, fix what's broken in our tax system.
So while the proposal does include tax increases, the governor says tax reform will raise $987 million for state investments, and 2/3 of Marylanders will actually get a tax cut. 82% will see a cut or no change at all, and that leaves 18% of taxpayers that will see an increase in the amount they pay, mostly affecting households that make more than $700,000 a year. The reform focuses on tax relief for low and middle income households.
Maryland's highest earning households currently pay the lowest share of their income in Maryland taxes, both state and local taxes. According to the Institute on Taxation and Economic Policy, households earning more than $700,000 pay 9% of their income in state and local taxes in Maryland. Households earning less than $30,000 pay considerably more at 9.6%. Our proposal seeks to level those differences.
Other tax reforms focus on increasing tax rates for sports wagering, table games, and an increase on the marijuana tax rate to take effect in 2027.
We're going to be asked to contribute a little bit more so we can make targeted investments in economic growth and targeted investments in public safety and targeted investments in education. We will be asked to contribute a little bit more so we can have the country's best public schools. We'll be asked to contribute a little bit more so we can have safe streets and making sure we're not laying off police officers. We will be asked to contribute a little bit more to make sure that we have infrastructure that can keep people safe when they go from where they live to where they work or where they live to where they worship. And we refuse to balance this budget on the backs of working class families.
Today's proposal also tackles efficiency in state government, and by limiting costs coming from government equipment like cars and computers, another $50 million should be saved. As for cuts, the proposal includes eliminating certain government programs the administration says haven't been effective, and by cutting down budgets of programs they say are overfunded. That included funding for four-year institutions and developmental disability services.
And for the things that were both effective and sustainable, we will invest in it. And for things that were not effective and sustainable, we will stop investing in it. And we had to be very disciplined and very sober about that, and that's why this budget reflected, $2 billion worth of cuts.
If the proposal passes through the General Assembly unchanged, it says the state will end the year not in the red, but with a positive cash balance of more than $100 million. But many changes are sure to come before the legislature settles the budget, which may not happen until early April.
All right, Mariah, thanks so much for that report. Now, are legislators happy at all with that proposal?
Well, Michaela, it depends where their priorities lie. I mean, we're already hearing from Republican members of the General Assembly that they feel taxes increase too much and there's not enough cuts. But from Democrats, we're hearing too many cuts,
not enough taxes. So we'll have to see as the session goes on what they feel they need to prioritize in that budget.
Absolutely. Mariah, thanks so much for that report again.